Today, I'm going to be coaching you through a high kill rebirth win, really giving you some tips as we're breaking it down that will allow you to start dropping higher kill games. Now, we're going to jump right in here with our landing spot. I get asked all the time, Joe, where should I land? The truth is, you can land wherever you want to. You know, control, headquarters, prison, those are going to be your hot areas, but you don't have to land there to drop a high kill game. Getting your loadout down and then starting to push people is the most important thing, which, look, if you land bio, if you land chem, that is okay, or even stronghold, but as soon as you get that loadout, you want to start figuring out where people are and start to actually push people. Now we're going to go ahead, grab the stoner right here. Unfortunately, you know, I don't really have an SMG right now to fight with, especially early game in close quarters. I'm looking for an SMG to fight with. That's going to give me the biggest advantage possible. Now I'm going to get caught in a weird spot right here with a stoner, right? I've got an LMG and I'm like, oh my gosh, here we go. This is something that I do want you to work on, which is hip firing. You know, watch how, even though this is an LMG, I shouldn't be able to do this right here. Like, the fact that I can break that guy while using an LMG is a little bit unfair. I don't know why you're able to do that, but you are, so you really want to take advantage of that. ARs, LMGs, SMGs, before you actually start to ADS, you really want to work on hip firing first, getting those first initial shots off. Then we're going to go ahead and get loadout down here. We are playing quads, so this lobby's like not totally healthy right here. We don't have the best lobby as, you know, that we could, but we'll go ahead and work with it. Like I said, we're still going to drop a high kill game. We're going to go ahead and push around. We're going to get this kill. Real quick, by the way, you know, you are here looking to improve, and I've got a pretty cool opportunity for you, which is you can actually get paid to play Warzone, no matter what your skill level is. Whether you're a 0.5 or a 5 KD player, Z-League actually offers free tournaments that you can easily sign up for, and all you have to do is sign up for the free weekly tournament. You go ahead, you drop in just like you normally do, playing, you know, whether it's solos, duos, trios, or quads, depending on what game modes are actually currently out. But you drop in with your squad, get some kills, pick up a few wins, and if you do earn enough points, you can actually win prizes that allow you to sign up for the bigger cash tournament. So sign up for the free weekly ones, start playing, you can get prizes to then sign up for the big cash tournaments. And by the way, real quick, it doesn't matter your skill level. I tell you that because whether you're 0.5 or a 5 KD player, you're actually matched up against people that are the same skill level as you. So you're not going to be playing against, you know, players that are super sweaty if you're, you know, a less experienced player. 500 free credits for you down in the comments below that you can go ahead and use to sign up for a weekly tournament, or use to sign up for a cash tournament. Now let's go ahead and push in this way based on the information that we have. When we're talking about dropping higher kill games, you can see the fact that we get a UAV up that allows us to immediately start pushing here. We're going to go ahead and push over based on the information. We've got two teams here just based on the amount of dots that we have. So we want to go ahead and try to see what I can find, but I'm going to be patient. You know, of course, I'm in the action. I'm trying to get some kills here, but I want to be smart because if I go push into these guys right here, the chances of me coming out alive are probably pretty slim. They're stacking. Maybe this is two teams that I get caught in some crossfire. So I'm just trying to see what I can find. I'm going to try to get an easy pick right here. And now we see one on the buy station, right? So we catch one, or we see one flying in. We catch one right there. We're using the Vargo and the Armaguerra this game, by the way. Two great guns for Rebirth. I hear enemy flying in above. So I know he's above me. Let's go ahead and challenge on the roof. Let's go ahead and see what we can find here. That's the next piece of information that I'm going to act on. We're going to talk a lot about that. We get kill number one right there. We saw another one flying in. And now we're actually going to go ahead and hit communication tower. Let's go ahead and keep the information. We don't have a UAV up, but I still do have enough to give me that information that everybody is around here. So we're going to go ahead. I hear one flying in. We're going to go ahead and take him out. And look, you can see the execution side of this, the aim and movement, which is crucial to your success. Being able to hit shots, being able to use basic movement to your advantage to get more kills. Now let's go ahead and push right down here. We got 5 kills, 6 other teams. And once again, notice they're all still below me. So strategically pushing in, I'm not just full sending. I'm trying to play this angle. And from this angle right here, where I am, I can easily push back up the stairs if I need to, versus being caught a little bit more out in the open. Now, right, we're going to challenge around the corner. Hit shots down. We hit the throwing knife. Look at that. And then one flying in. So notice thus far, we had a UAV. We acted on some information. Then we're kind of floating around Nova 6 trying to play patient. Then we hit the communication tower, which gives us more information. We've got one down below. Now, when it also comes to dropping higher kill games, we need to talk about farming teams. You know, a team that you're better than, you want to leave alive. There's no need to wipe that team. Leave them alive. That gives you more opportunities to get kills. The easiest way I can put this is if you're playing quads and you kill 3 people and then kill the 4th guy, you get 4 kills. If you kill 3 people and then leave the last one alive and all of those players respawn back in and you kill all of those guys, now you have 7 kills from that team. But you can keep farming. There have been times where I pick up 13, 14, 15 kills from one team because I just let them keep flying back in. And when they fly back in, they don't have a gun or they don't have a great gun. So I'm going to take advantage of that. Right here, we've got 8 kills. Notice that 3 are down below me. So once again, you see how farming really helps me here because I can just act on the information, trying to see what I can find. Unfortunately, I get caught not reloading here. Typical Joe move to actually not be reloaded. Real quick, by the way, I know we're a little bit further into the video, but if you are looking to get better, just make sure you are subscribed down below. I do videos every single day, and I'm going to be doing videos around Warzone 2 as well as we approach that in 2.5 weeks. Now, right here, I'm going to go into tag guy number 1, but I want to talk about how we play enemy number 2. So I tag that guy right there. Then I catch this second one. So he's broken. I have the live ping. I get the down. Now I have a huge advantage. So I'm going to go push, but as I push, I'm going to anticipate around this corner. You know, that guy needs to go down. But what I also hear as I play this back is listen to the third guy shooting to my right. Right, so all of a sudden, now I know there is a third enemy here, which is why I don't focus too much on the thirst just yet. I just need to get out of there so that I can reload, and I still haven't taken a ton of damage here. So in this moment, since I haven't taken a lot of damage, I can easily go re-engage this, but I'm going to re-engage it from a slightly different angle. I talked a little bit about earlier about your positioning, where instead of just going and pushing right into the stairwell where I can get caught, I play this a little bit further around, right? I'm in a much safer spot here than I would be if I push right up to this doorway. So I'm gonna play it a little bit smarter. Now we challenge because I can easily get out of here if I need to. I can easily push this way if that guy gets a few good shots. Now we need to figure out how we can re-engage. 10 kills, by the way, so we're on a really good pace right here to drop a high kill game. Besides the fact that the lobby's not super healthy, which is unfortunate. Now I hear some shooting over that way, so we're gonna go in and push. We still know there's people in Nova 6. Right? Notice where he's getting shot from. He's getting shot from above right here, and that's just a little bit of awareness that you need to have, right? He's getting shot from above. The other thing that I'll tell you here is watch the shadow, right? So this doesn't really apply in this scenario because I see the shots coming down. That's what I'm acting on. But little things like this are things you can pick up on. This shadow right here, there's a guy clearly in this window, and we go ahead and try to challenge there, but I can't get the kill. Now we push around. We're just going to keep moving here. We're just going to keep anticipating, trying to see what I can find. We get one right here. We're able to get that down. We're able to get the thirst. And a little bit of an unfortunate situation right here. As I'm pushing out, we get caught with the nade, and we end up going down. Guys, a lot of you are like, oh, Joe just died. What? You can't have a high kill game now. I've got 11 kills. I'm going to finish with 25 kills. I'll just give it away. I'm going to finish with 25 kills. I was trying to leave you on the edge of your seat, but we're going to finish this game with 25 kills. So, like, dying's okay. The biggest thing to note here is notice the regain process. We're able to grab loadout, which allows us to regain. I can immediately get back in the action. Really, all that I need at this point is just one plate. If I get one plate, I'm in a really good position to now have confidence challenging anybody because it's an even fight. But even here, as you are improving, you know, I always say, if I have full plates, I've got a lot. If I have full plates and information, like I should win that gunfight. If I have full plates and I'm roaming around, it's about anticipation. I still feel like I can win that gunfight. 2 plates, I still feel pretty confident with 2 plates that I can win based on anticipation and execution. 1 plate, I know that I have to make a move and have to create a small little window to get that down. By the way, look at this play right here. Just notice the execution. Watch where I hit, and then we're going to go back to the plate conversation. This is why you don't pop rage serums, by the way. Like, stop popping those. They literally just give your footsteps away. You can hear this guy from a mile away. Right? Footstep audio is not great, except when you pop a rage serum. So, like, let's not pop rage serums. Let's be smart about that and not give away our location. But we just anticipated. Look where all of those shots are, guys. That is the highest damage area I could possibly get. Last one's above, so we're going to farm him. Going back to what I was saying, with 1 plate, you know, with my level of execution, I just know that I need to create a little window, but I still have confidence. Now, if I have no plates, you know, I know that I've got to make a move. I know it's a pretty small chance of me winning that gunfight, so I know I've got to make a pretty big move in terms of breaking a camera or something like that. That allows me to get that kill. Now, right here, I hear doors down below. Watch this reach out, by the way. Right, so I get down number 1 clean. Down number 1 clean allows me to immediately challenge this second enemy, which, by the way, in this moment, a lot of you panic, right? My screen is just absolutely red. I'm getting smoked. But take a step back for a second. Slow this down. What do you notice here? I notice this. He's broken. I'm broken. So, and I have the live pig on this guy. So I just immediately re-challenge. And as long as I anticipate and center my crosshairs, I'm able to get that down. That's the biggest thing right there. So when you watch this full speed, it's an immediate re-challenge. The only reason I break this line of sight is because it forces him to stop shooting. And then I kind of create this little window. Now right here, Again, let's not panic here. I'm definitely not in a good spot. I'm caught out in the open. There's nowhere for me to go. I'm just going to keep shooting. I'm just going to keep shooting and moving backwards up the stairs so that I can get to cover, at which point I can plate up. You know, and I'm just trying to keep him away. I'm just trying to essentially scare him into not challenging, which gives me enough time to then, you know, go ahead and replay. By the way, that guy revived. I don't know if you heard that revive right there. Let's go ahead and challenge right here around the corner. Yep, we're going to anticipate. Watch this. Okay, once again, we're going to talk about this. I love this play. So when we talk about re-challenging here, right? So once again, he's got an advantage because I didn't break him, but I know that he's pretty close, right? He definitely has tempered here based on the sign that we get, or based on the notification that we get right here. But he's not quite broken yet, but he's pretty close. So when we talk about having less than a 1 plate advantage, or like I'm down 1 plate, I need to basically create a small little window. So instead of just slow peeking this, I bunny hop, because now he's downed already, but even if he wasn't down, like look how far he has to track me to get this kill. That's the window that I need to be able to get that down. So when you watch this full speed, you know, you can see the reach out and how the bunny hop allows me to really push out far. He's got no chance. Now we peek behind cover, and now I just kind of have to get out, at which point we can replate, and now we think about re-engaging. One of the biggest things I want you to work on is that re-engage process. How do we get back into fights? You know, that's one of the biggest things for you is really starting to, as soon as you're plated and you have information, get back in there. You know, don't hesitate to get back into this fight, because the longer you hesitate, the more that information is going to change. And a lot of you completely disengage from fights when you don't need to. There's no need for you to completely disengage as long as you have plates and you're good on ammo in terms of being reloaded. Go ahead and push back in. Go challenge. Challenge with confidence. Anticipate around corners. Hit your shots. Use your movement. And that's how we start to piece together more kills. Now, I hear somebody. I'm just not totally sure where. And, of course, we don't have a UAV just yet. By the way, notice since we last talked, right, Nova 6, we talked about how there were 6 teams up. There were 5 other teams, right? There's still 5 other teams. So that's where, like, even though a lobby dies early, doesn't mean it doesn't stay healthy later. You can have a game where there's 8 teams left in that first circle or second circle, and then you're still at the same point right here, which is 5 teams left in third circle. That's kind of where we want to be. If it's any healthier than that, I mean, then we're kind of like, we're salivating at the potential that we have to drop a really high kill game. Good shots right there. And by the way, when we talk about farming kills, intentional farming, because then this doesn't matter as much, right? I'm already pushing towards the 20 bomb. Of course, 30 bomb's kind of out of the picture unless I really step up the pace, but 30 bomb's kind of out of the picture simply because of, you know, just the amount of teams left in the lobby. But we're on perfectly good pace for, we're way ahead of 20 bomb pace. 20 bomb pace, I would need 16 by the time third circle finishes closing. So we're a minute 15 ahead of that. Gotta hit shots right here. Gotta hit shots, and we gotta let that recoil go. Watch how I let the recoil go, and it kind of goes up to the guy, right? Notice how it goes up to the high damage areas. That's simply by letting go of the right stick and not really controlling it until it gets to that point, at which point we're hitting those high damage areas. That's another thing that you can work on. Notice how much we've acted on information though, right? Notice how much we've just acted based on things that I'm seeing. The mini-map, of course, the UAVs that we've had up, the communication tower, mini-map pings from people shooting. That's another big one that you can really work on, is working on when you see people shooting on the mini-map, making sure that you are acting on that, or at least taking note of that information. 18 kills, 3 other teams here, so we're still going to pump out another 7 kills in this end game, which I think that's one of the biggest things for you, is you can always... Now we're going to get UAV up and try to figure out where everybody is. You know, you never know what endgame can hold. We pop one, grab one. Yep, now let's go left. You know, I've got a decision to make here. I'm just going to make the decision of the hotter area. You know, I know there's 3 teams left, so you have 1 team over by shore, and you've got 2 teams over here. So let's go ahead and push into the action a little bit, try to see what we can find, and we get a little bit lucky. Not lucky, but we get a nice team right here that's a little fun to play with. So we're going to go ahead and challenge this guy. We got to play the heady. That heady is nasty, by the way. Just as I always talk about, you know, when you find this heady right here, understand that he can literally only see the top of your head, whereas you can see his full body. So that's why it's such an advantage to play a heady like that, a head glitch, because, you know, basically it's so difficult for him to shoot you. Now we get this guy right here. I don't know what he's doing in the bush. We still got people over to the left. We got one right there that we're going to snap on and hit shots eventually. Now, when I'm in this moment, by the way, I don't know if you caught him, but I did, simply because of movement, is this guy right here. There's going to be a guy right here. You see him pop out right there? So now I know that I'm in a really bad spot. So what I'm going to try to do is I play the loadout crate, and now I'm just going to get the thirst and kind of play my cover. Now, he hasn't really done any damage to me. Not enough that I'm worried yet, so I'm just going to go in and challenge right here. I hear him pushing up the stairs, so let's anticipate. We anticipate perfectly. Gets the down eventually. Yep, there it is. And now notice that nobody else is around. So we're going to go back to the information that we had previously. Remember, there were still people over here. Plus, we have this UAV up, which tells us that there's one over to the right. They're kind of all spread out at this point. There's 3 other people, and they're pretty much everywhere. So we're going to have some fun with this guy, and then we're just going to go clean up this last team. I mean, I don't know what this guy... Look... One thing that I do want to talk about is even in any lobby, you're going to have teams that aren't as good. And sometimes those teams that aren't as good happen to survive till the end game. Maybe it's because they're playing in chem the whole game and they're not fighting. Those teams that are just camping in buildings. And we just have a little bit of fun here. This guy's got to push out a gas to me. So now I obviously can't go down here. I've got to be smart. But we're just having a little bit of fun, and that's one of the biggest things with Rebirth is just making sure that, yeah, I just keep waiting for him. I feel, okay, watching this back, I do feel a little bit bad about that, but now we're going to go ahead and clean up the last guy who we have on UAV, and now it's all about, we actually make a gas play here, I'm pretty sure. How many people do we, oh, it's a 2v2. 2v2 situation. And we're going to go ahead. Now we go push to roof, right? I want to get to this rooftop early, or try to get to the rooftop early so that I can try to challenge this guy here. You know, I do have gas mask, so we can play gas if we need to. We've got one other enemy. We know exactly where he is, so we're just going to go ahead and immediately act on that info. Yep, we got UAV. He's right there. And by the way, I did get off to a good start right there. I got caught in a little bit of a weird spot where I couldn't quite shoot. So we just back off and we're going to push all the way around. Now, this is where even when you are last alive, you got to be thinking about gas plays, or at any point in time, right? Because what's going to happen here is I'm just going to, again, have some fun with this guy. But he's on my level. He's got to push right to me. So I just end up sitting in this corner and waiting. But he doesn't expect me to be up here because he doesn't expect me to make the gas play, right? There's no, look, he's looking down below. He's going to end up, yeah, notice, and he just doesn't see me down here. He doesn't know that I'm up here because it's not like he heard audio, and he's not expecting me to make that gas play. So I hope you found today's video helpful. As I always say, let's get better today, and I will see you tomorrow.